We've got the all-new Infiniti QX55, and boy, does this exterior look sharp.
Are you sure this is new?
New nameplate.
Are you sure it's not just a QX50 with a different back on it?
Let's get in and take it for a drive.
Ooh, easy now.
Whoa, what about that sound, Zach?
Well, while we're at it, Andrea, what's under the hood of this QX55?
Well, it's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine matched with a CVT, standard all-wheel drive. It has 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque.
This is the world's first variable compression engine. Apparently, it's been an engineering milestone that many manufacturers have tried to achieve.
Right.
Nobody was able to do it. Nissan, Infiniti were able to achieve it, and it changes the compression ratio depending on whether you want fuel economy or power. And you just saw the power.
The power is there. Two competitors that actually have more horsepower are the RDX and the Stelvio.
So we have so much to come up in this interview. We have our price pause, our fuel economy,
hot topic, questions, coffee, and cars.
A whole bunch. But right now, we have to do our key standard features.
The QX55 comes standard with an upper 8-inch and lower 7-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto, heated front leatherette seats, heated steering wheel, power moonroof, power liftgate, body-colored door handles, LED headlights and fog lights, 20-inch wheels, and remote engine start.
It says here D modes. What about the S mode? What is the S?
Well, we've got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit the notification bell, it really helps support the channel. You'll be notified when the videos drop, and then you can watch them.
And if you want to follow along on Instagram, I encourage you to do that. You'll see what cars we're shooting, when the videos are going to drop. You can take part in all of the features in the video. It's Motormouth_Andrea, and for me, it's Motormouth_Auto. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below. Now, the number one thing about this, Andrea, is the way it looks.
Man, does it ever look sharp. I love the piano-style taillights. Wait till you see our nightlife.
They look like keys, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Did you not notice that? Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, that's what they call them, Zach. And wait till you see it at night. Wow, stunning. I like the exterior design. I like it in this red color. Infiniti's done a great job with the exterior, in my opinion.
All right, now, coupe SUVs is an oxymoron. Calling them coupes is just kind of silly. However, some brands do coupes better than others.
Yeah.
And I think Infiniti, because they're kind of late to this,
Sure.
they can look at all of the other ones and realize the high and low points. Some of them are attractive, some of them are kind of ugly, like, hello, BMW X6. Yeah. Not a good look. But this one, I think, is a very cohesive design.
Yeah, it looks really sharp. I really like the fact that it comes standard with 20-inch wheels. It's got the body-colored door handles. And I think the grille is a really good size. It suits the look of this vehicle.
Now, one of the things about styling, Andrea, is it helps get a brand attention.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the strong points of the Infiniti brand overall. Even though some of their vehicles are really ancient, they still look good. This is a design that will hold up, in my opinion.
Yeah, and this is getting a lot of looks when I'm out driving. Of course, it's new, but it also looks really good. Some of the primary competitors that Infiniti has chosen are the Lexus NX F Sport and the RX F Sport, along with the Range Rover Evoque, and of course the Acura RDX. But I was a little bit surprised by the Lexus. How about you, Zach?
Well, they're just choosing other Japanese brands and Japanese premium brands. So they're okay, we have to, one of our competitors is Lexus. We got to pick a Lexus. I don't think it competes with that at all.
Right.
I think this is designed for somebody that probably empty nesters, in my opinion.
Right.
And they're going to want a stylish vehicle, but they want still traditional luxury. There is a big space in the market for traditional luxury.
Yeah.
That's where this vehicle plays. It is a smooth, laid back, relaxed, yet powerful drivetrain.
Yeah.
But it's not a performance model.
No.
It's more traditional luxury.
Yeah, it's got a smooth ride, that's for sure. I don't know about the CVT. I mean, I hear that either love it or I'm okay with it, I'm gonna give it a try, or people are adamant, no CVT for me.
CVT's fine in a mainline brand. You got a Nissan Rogue, you want fuel economy, you want a family vehicle that's going to do the job. When you go into the premium space, premium vehicles should have a premium transmission. They shouldn't be putting a CVT in this car.
No.
They got rid of it in the upcoming QX60. They've gone to a 9-speed automatic. They got rid of it in the Pathfinder. Why didn't they take an opportunity to update this driveline with that transmission at the same time? It's mind-boggling to me. It's the #1 stumbling block with this, and
it could hurt their sales because of it.
Yeah.
All the competition has
a regular automatic
transmission. So should we get into the competition? Let's see what else is out there.
For your consideration, 4 categories and 4 vehicles for you to consider.
We've chosen some coupe-like competitors. Let's start with the Range Rover Evoque. It's powered by a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission. It has 246 horsepower and a starting price of $48,700.
There's the BMW X4. It has a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder with 248 horsepower and a starting price of just over $56,000.
The Mercedes GLC Coupe has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission. It has 255 horsepower with a starting price of almost $54,000.
And last up isn't a coupe, but it is a direct competitor, the Acura RDX A-Spec. It also has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and a 10-speed automatic transmission. The most powerful of the bunch at 272 horsepower and a starting price of just over $51,000. So there are 4 vehicles for you to consider. So as I joked at the beginning, is this really just a QX50 but with a different back end on it? I think it actually is, because they didn't take the opportunity to update this with new technology like the transmission or the interior. We're going to get to the interior in a moment, but first it's time to stop and drink the coffee.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Wow, looks nice. How does this engine drive with the CVT, and how does it compare with the Acura RDX engine transmission combo? Keep up the great reviews. Thanks for that. Well, we do like the RDX. The RDX offers more horsepower. It has a 10-speed automatic transmission, but it does get the same amount of torque as this. It's a different vehicle.
Well, that's funny that you chose the RDX, because Infiniti really believes that that's one of the main competitors for this vehicle.
Yeah.
I am pleasantly surprised by this combination. Now, they went with a CVT, which wouldn't be my choice. I would prefer they just phoned up ZF and said, oh, you know that 8-speed they use over at BMW? Can we buy those?
Yeah.
Because that's the best transmission in the market, in my opinion. And that would be perfect for this. However, it makes it feel more luxury.
It has a really smooth and comfortable drive. I'm a little bit surprised by how good this CVT is. I don't know if it would be my choice either.
Nope.
I think for a luxury brand, from what I hear from buyers, it needs to have an automatic transmission.
Yes, we'd like to order 500,000 8-speed automatics, please.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow, great.
We'll take them. How does it stack up to the old FX35? Well, this exterior look is inspired by that, but boy, what a vehicle.
That was available with a 6-cylinder and a V8. That was a real sports car.
Yeah.
That was one of the sportiest SUVs you could get.
Was it
And
ever?
it looked cool as hell when it first came out.
Why did they stop?
Well, I think it was probably old and heavy, and this is lighter and more efficient.
Sure, fuel efficiency for sure. How's the rear visibility with that tiny hatch window? It is small, but it doesn't bother me, and the side view mirrors are a good size, so I've been using them. I'm not bothered by it. You?
It reminds me of the Mazda 3 hatch.
Yes.
That side.
Yeah, very similar. How is the reliability, and how is the steering? Well,
It's an odd combo.
I suppose, but a good question. Reliability-wise, it's a new vehicle, but I did look at JD Power, and I went all the way back to 2014 of the QX50, which this has the same platform, powertrain, interior, suspension. And it gets a rating of 71 out of 100. Some years, but other years 75, and then as high up as 85 out of 100, which is quite good.
Steering is very light.
Very light. Not as light as the Q3 that we drove, but it is light. That's it. Great questions. As always, thank you very much.
If you want to get a question in, follow Andrea's Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea. And because you hear the music, it means it's time for nightlife. We keep one question back from Questions, Coffee, and Cars and expand on it. It's our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
The QX55 has a nicely styled exterior and premium look to it as well. Why don't people buy Infiniti products? They are a brand that gets overlooked by the masses. What is the reason for this, in your opinion?
So my buddy Dennis DeRosier, he's Canada's leading auto analyst. He has a line that I use heavily.
Yeah.
Brands get into trouble because of 3 words. What are they, Andrea?
Product, product, product.
And how do brands get out of trouble? Product, product, product. The problem with Infiniti is they have left their product to rot in the market for far too long. The Q50 is a nice car.
Yeah.
It's a good looking car.
Yeah.
It's just ancient. I think it was introduced like 10 years ago.
And have they learned from this mistake when we look at this new model? Probably not, because yes, although it has a new exterior and it is inspired by the FX 35, the problem is the interior is exactly the same as the QX50. How about updating the technology? How about changing the screen sizes? No.
Yeah, no, and that's stuff that really gets brands into trouble. Now, we have seen some green shoots on the Nissan side.
Yes.
Very good new road.
Yes.
Great new Sentra. Yeah. They've got the new Kicks. They've got there's a new Pathfinder coming.
Yeah.
And the Pathfinder is used to make the QX60, the bigger version of this. And it's got a new engine, new transmission. Yeah. So we're starting to see green shoots, and hopefully we're going to see more of that in Infiniti. Here's my prediction, Andrea. This is a placeholder car.
Yeah, could be.
This is going to be around for a couple of years, and then they're going to come out with a new QX50, hopefully with all the stuff that we pointed out in this one being updated.
Now, just let's talk a little bit about some positive things about the interior. Although this is an older interior, my goodness, when it first came out, it is just stunning. I mean, it would have really been a showstopper, hey?
Well, the materials in here are fantastic. The fit and finish, the way it all goes together. Everything in here is first rate. Yeah. It's just the technology and the screens.
Yeah.
The backup cameras look like 2000, not 2021.
Yeah.
The head unit works fine, but this is not what people are demanding. They're demanding big, fast screens, and this isn't it.
No, this isn't it. Now, looking at the trim level in here, we've got the top model, of course, and it's got this dark maple wood, which is beautiful, and it goes right into the back second row seat. It comes with tons of standard features. The base model, you already get a lot, and I actually think there's great value on the middle trim. You get leather appointed seats, so not full leather. You get the Bose 16 speaker stereo system, memory seats and mirrors, and you get the ventilated front seats and climate control in the second row. Now, if you do want to get the top trim for $4,000 more, you get this wood trim, you get a head-up display if that's something that you're interested in, and also the motion activated liftgate. But do you really need that? I mean, just a power liftgate would be just fine for me.
Okay, now let's talk about space, because that's where this is a winner. So first of all, it looks good.
Yeah.
And it's spacious, which is something you wouldn't expect with a coupe-like SUV.
No, it has a really roomy second row. Infiniti says it's best in class for their second row space. The only other competitor that offers more cargo space is the RDX.
And the RDX doesn't have that slope roof.
No.
When you open up the trunk, it's like, woo, that's a big one.
So big.
Yeah, she's a biggie.
Yeah.
And very deep. So this is a stylish utility that actually has some utility, because sometimes vehicles, they just don't work when they try to make them stylish. All right, let's get into the price of this thing.
Oh, yes. The QX55 has 3 trims. The Luxe, which is the base trim, is almost $52,000. The Essential Pro Assist is almost $57,000, and the Sensory Top trim comes in at almost $61,000. Here's the fuel economy: 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.3 on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon city and 28 miles per gallon highway.
So my final thought on this is I actually enjoy driving it way more than I thought I would. It's smooth, it's comfortable, it has a traditional luxury feel, and there's a big market for traditional luxury. What about you?
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I walked into this knowing that it had a CVT, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I like the smooth drive. I like the way it handles. The turning radius is excellent. I think they've done a good job with it. They just need to tweak some things, improve the tech.
Can you imagine how good this would be with that ZF 8-speed?
Oh,
That would be good.
now that would be exciting. Overall, Infiniti has done a nice job with this QX55. I just think I would have liked to have seen improved tech. They could have taken the opportunity to show something new here.
They could have taken an opportunity to introduce a 9-speed automatic transmission like they did with the QX60. However, I came into this like, really? What's this all about? But I left more impressed than I was disappointed, to be honest with you. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.